on to news. Happy New Year. It's been a while since I checked in with you all. In fact, it was New Year's the last time we were here. So, here is your frog wrestling update. I'm going to give you the quick version for those of you that just want to know what to expect, how things are going in this new year, and then we'll go into specifics a little bit after that. So, here is the schedule coming up. Here's when you can expect the return of frog wrestling and what to expect from us over the next couple of months. So, frog wrestling begins again this week. That's right. It's going to be this Wednesday. We are kicking things back off, picking right up where we left off, and we are going to continue that storyline throughout the month of February. The end of February, we are doing one big, massive, the biggest one we've ever done, free per view event. You might want to call it the end of season 1 of Frog Wrestling because in many ways that's exactly what it's going to be. So we are going to spend the next couple of weeks building up to that. The last Wednesday in February is going to be that big event. We're going to try and culminate all the storylines, everything, all the titles will be on the line, huge shakeups to happen. And then we're going dark again for a little bit. We are going to take the entire month of March off. And then we will be winding things back up in April. So that is what to expect. The super short version of it is tune in this week for more Frog Wrestling. We're starting things back up. We're going to be going through all of February. We're going to be taking March off, and then we're going to be back in April. All right, so that's the short version, easy to understand. Here's why. Here's what's going down. So as most people know, part of the reason that I took January off or took a chunk of January off was to get things ready for the Viewer Royal Rumble. Couple things happened, some of them real life things. One of the major things, though, that kind of was a speed bump in this was the announcement of WWE 2K24, the new game that's going to be coming out in March. Maybe you can start to see where we're going with the timing of this, but we'll get to that. So January ended up being a lot busier than I anticipated. And unfortunately, I did not manage to get my plans on the Viewer Royal Rumble down to a place where I felt confident that taking other people's money was a good idea. I've always said, like, it makes me nervous. I don't want to be somebody that feels like, other people are like, I donated and it feels like a waste of money. I want people to have fun. And that's been the goal all along. That's been what I've been wanting to do. And kind of foolishly, I thought, it'll be fine. I'll have plenty of time to figure it out. And before I knew it, January was almost over. So without being able to do that, that's why we've been absent for a little bit. But because of those real life events that I mentioned, it also turns out that March is going to be a very crazy month for myself and my family. Now, it is good things. I don't want to sound like I'm out here spouting doom and gloom. I'm not farming for sympathy from anybody. These are good things that are happening in real life, but it is going to be stuff that's going to keep us very, very busy. It will become very apparent what these things are by the time we get to them. And so we'll talk about it more when we get there. But March is going to be crazy busy. Also in March, the new game comes out. First week of March, WWE 2K24 hits. And honestly, I'm excited about the new modes. I think there's going to be new stuff in there that's going to make Frog Wrestling even more exciting and fun for viewers, for myself running it behind the scenes. And who knows what updates they're going to make to the rules to maybe make some of the stuff that we've been doing even more fun going forward. But moving everything over is an exciting, fun, time-consuming challenge. So between having very little time and needing to spend a lot of time on these things, I think taking the month off to try and get all my ducks in a row is probably the best bet. Now, I do want to kind of hold myself to the April date of coming back because I do need that little push. If I kind of just go, I'll get back to it when I get back to it. Nature abhors a vacuum. it's going to fill up with other stuff and I'll never get back to it. So the goal is to be back in April. And even if we have to do a slow rollout of people where they make returns gradually, we'll do that if we have to. But my goal is to have everything we currently have now imported into the new game, or at least as close as possible. Part of that whole free preview at the end is designed to kind of give us a clean or clean-ish slate to be starting with the new game. So if somebody loses their music, if somebody loses their entrance, if we don't have something that we need to import, we can figure it all out. That's the ultimate goal, and that's the direction we're heading. And so it gives us a really exciting jumping on point for when we come back in April. So that's what's going on. Now, in terms of the Viewer Royal Rumble, it is still something I want to do. But couple things. I've already discussed it a little bit. If I'm going to be asking for money from people, I want to make sure they know what they're getting and that I have a good plan in place so that when it happens, I feel like I can fulfill what I'm telling people I'm going to do. So the goal, this is not a promise, this is the goal, is that when we come back in April, the first free preview event that we will be doing, would probably be late April, early May, would be the Viewer Royal Rumble. We'd have eyes towards that. I'll be spending a lot of time in the creative suite anyway. It's a good time for me to experiment with the stuff that I need to experiment with to feel like, okay, I know how this is going to work when people sign up for this. I know the limitations. I'm going to be testing everything anyway. So it feels like it will be a natural flow, but again, it's going to be a crazy busy month, and I'm not just talking about the game, so we will have to see. But that is the current plan and the current idea, but we will have been back for probably over a month at that point, so we'll know then. I'll have a much better idea, and there will probably be another one of these for you to watch. Okay, that's the long rambly version. We got the short version, we got the rambly version. Here's the summary where I lay it all out again in case I misspoke and said anything wrong, because I already know that I've done it a couple times in a couple different places. So, this Wednesday, a couple days from when you're seeing this video, we are starting Frog Wrestling back up. We are going to run through the entire month of February. The last Wednesday in February is going to be the big free preview event that kind of closes season 1 of Frog Wrestling. We are then going to be taking all of March off. We will be back in April playing on WWE 2K24 at that point. By the end of April, the start of May, mid-May, hopefully we will be doing our first free preview event. At that point, I am hoping that it will be the Viewer Royal Rumble. That is the ultimate goal. And we will just continue week to week after that. Of course, during all of this, streaming schedules may change. I can't guarantee that the Frog Wrestling date will stay the same. If it changes, I will, of course, let you all know. Things are getting shaky as I try to figure out where schedules are going to fit in, because there's just a lot going on in real life. And I can't talk about any of it right now, but we'll talk about it soon. And when you all know what it is, you'll go, oh my gosh, I understand now. I don't care, but I understand now. So thank you everybody for hanging in there. Thanks for joining me for this kind of impromptu return of Frog News. And I hope you'll join me this week for the return of Frog Wrestling. I don't know what it's going to be yet because I've been avoiding thinking about it. So I'll see you all on Wednesday, and I'll be as surprised as you are. Till then, thanks everybody. Bye now.